Welcome to Brews and Boxing Unanimous Decision, our very first episode of this. Filthy Rich, how you doing, buddy?
Good, man. What's going on?
Oh, doing great, doing great. This is our new show. We're introducing our brand new host, Judge Jimmy James. Judge Jimmy James, how you doing tonight?
I am fantastic, Raiter. Thank you.
Well, thank you, thank you. Court is now in session. This show is going to be a fun little show that we're going to do every Sunday. It'll release on every Sunday. We'll talk about our show on Wednesday. Judge Jimmy James will go over our Filthy Five, and he'll grade it on a boxing judge scale, 8 to 10 points in a round, and we'll decide who won the Filthy Five of last week. After that, we'll have a little fun. We'll start a game show segment that we'll do every week with a new host, and the loser has to do something for the next week's show. This week, we decided that the loser will have to go buy Tecate, which none of us can stand, and drink it for next week's show. I'll be hosting that, and that'll be later on in the show. That'll be Filthy Rich versus Judge Jimmy James. And you guys got anything to add?
No.
No?
That's gross. It's gross. I'm going to win.
Well, the judge has spoken. He's going to win. Let's crack our brews. Filthy Rich, you got your brew?
I'm not doing any Tecate next week.
Well, you better win.
Be bolder.
No
Let's
bueno.
get this first episode started with the Filthy Five. We were talking welterweights last week, and welterweights round one was our fifth choice. Let's get the fight started. Round one. All right, in round one, I had Shawn Porter. Filthy Rich, who did you have?
I had Shawn Porter, number 5.
All right, well, we're going to go to Judge Jimmy James here talking about who won, if anyone, on our arguments about Shawn Porter at number 5.
At number 5 for Shawn Porter, I really have no disagreements with that. Given that the welterweight division is probably the most stacked division in boxing currently, Porter at number 5 is a very safe place. He has fought some top opponents. He has some interesting losses, but number 5 at Shawn Porter, I really do have to go and name that a 10-10 round.
Well, you didn't let me jump in there. Remember, when you make your decision, you're going to say, all right, and so my final judgment is.
Okay, Jim.
Okay, Jim, what's your final decision?
So for Shawn Porter at 5'5", my final decision is a 10-10 round.
10-10 round. All right. Well,
You don't think I argued him on this one? I made better points, or are you just gonna settle with the 10-10? Are you taking money from him or something?
Porter at 5, man. That's a 10-10 round. I don't have any disagreements. I don't have any arguments. He is a solid number 5 in this division.
Hey, whenever I can go head-to-head with Filthy Rich and get a 10-10 push, I'll take it. Let's move on to round number 2. Round number 2, I had Keith Thurman at number 4. I liked his wins over Porter and Danny Garcia. Filthy Rich, who did you have at number 4?
I had Manny Pacquiao. I thought he was just getting too old, but he wasn't a top 3 because this welterweight division is stacked top to bottom. 10 years ago, he could have been number 1, but given his age and how much Father Time has caught up with him, I have him at number 4.
Judge Jimmy James, how do you score that round?
This is a tough one. I believe Manny Pacquiao is a little low for Manny Pacquiao there, Filthy Rich. Even with this stacked division, number 4 in this division, that is a stretch for me. However, on the flip side, Raiter Live, Keith Thurman at number 4, even though he just lost to Pacquiao, that I believe is more of a stretch. I still have to fucking judge that a 9-8 round to Filthy Rich.
There we go. I can't get 10?
Oh, we're getting
That's
this
not
here.
a 10. That's not a 10.
A 9-8 means I got knocked down somewhat in that one. So
Yeah, well, I believe you got knocked down because I do not believe that Thurman deserves to be in the top 5. I don't believe Thurman deserves to be in the top 8.
Wow. All right, let's make sure that I like to use my soundbite. So remember, you say, and my final decision.
Okay, Jim.
Okay, Jim, what was your final decision on that round 4?
My final decision is a 9-8 round for Filthy Rich.
Ooh, that one hurts. That one hurts. All right. Well, it looks like he's ahead, but we're going to round number 3. In round number 3, I had Terence Crawford. I just didn't think he had fought enough guys to make my top 2. Filthy Rich, who did you have?
I had Terence Crawford right there at number 3. I don't
Terence
think he was.
Crawford.
I don't think he was number 1. I think he could be number 1, and a lot of people, including this Judge Jimmy James here, but I have him number 3. I don't think he beats my top 2 guys.
All right, Judge Jimmy James. We both had Terence Crawford at number 3. Who made the better argument? Go ahead.
Well, I mean, at number 3 for Crawford, I do believe that Crawford is at least a top 3 talent, at the very least. Personally, I don't have him as number 3. I have Manny Pacquiao as number 3 in this list. Ugas at 4. However, Crawford being at 3, with your arguments, has he fought anyone and beat anyone besides Amir Khan? Probably not, but he is undefeated. He was an undisputed champion holding all 4 belts at one time. I consider this to be a 10-10 round. Crap.
Well, these judges will get there eventually. So, James,
Okay, Jim.
your final decision is what?
All right, my final decision is a 10-10 round for Crawford at 3, even though I do disagree with him being that low on your rankings.
Hey, I take another draw. I mean, it is what it is. I think we've drawed both times. Oh no, we've drawed both times. We picked the same guy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to number 2, round number 4. Round number 4, I had Manny Pacquiao, the Highlander, as I call him. He's the ageless one. At 41 years old, he had wins over Thurman, and he's got 6 in a row if you count that win over Jeff Horn, even though we all know he won that fight, and technically it's a loss. But I said it was good enough for 6 in a row. Who'd you have at number 2, Filthy Rich?
I had Yordenis Ugas, the virtually unknown from Cuba. I don't know how to promote him. It's just something you need to look into. He is a vicious dog that will put you in a corner and try to let you escape, and he'll just beat you down. But I have Yordenis Ugas number 2.
Yeah, I remember when I was talking to you about our lists, I had Ugas on several of my lists coming in, and I just dropped him out on my last list. He has Ugas. I have Pacquiao. Judge Jimmy James, what's your ruling?
This is a tough one. Pacquiao at number 2 for Raiter Live. I definitely agree with that. It is, you can put him there. He is definitely top 3 talent. He is going to be a Hall of Famer, a first ballot Hall of Famer, easily given his resume. But number 2 for Ugas, for Filthy Rich, I believe that is a stretch. Even though the Ugas Porter fight, if you have watched that, you should watch that, because that was one hell of a fight that Ugas lost. One of the few fights that I've seen where somebody had their face beaten to a pulp and still won the fight, where somebody else was Pretty Boy Rich. Either way, that one's tough. I'm going to have to give this one.
Wait a minute.
Okay, Jim.
So what's your decision?
My final decision on this one is actually going to be a 10-8 round for Raiter Live.
Ooh, Raiter Live gets a knockdown right in there. Ooh, that's got to hurt, Filthy Rich. Got that knockdown on you.
Probably hurting your pocketbooks, you buying the judge.
I don't have no money. Everyone knows that. I'm a poor YouTuber.
Well, you gave it all to the
That's
judge.
what I'm doing. Maybe you rose up like the Undertaker and Tyson Fury in that round to come in with a final hard-fought 5th round. Let's go to our 5th round. Our number 1 pick. My number one was Errol Spence Jr., the Southpaw, with great wins over Mikey Garcia, Porter, and Kell Brook. Up and down, great fighter. Number 1. Actually, we named him our welterweight champion, our BAB welterweight champion. Filthy Rich, you also had Errol Spence. Talk a little bit about your decision on making him your number 1.
Nobody wants that small. He's in the hottest division on the PBC, where all the welterweights are right now, and he's going through them one at a time. Whoever is taking that risk to get in his way is getting a beating. We all see it every time he gets in the ring. Yeah, Errol Spence was my number one guy.
Judge Jimmy James, your decision.
Well, I definitely can't argue putting Spence at number one. That is a very safe play. He has faced some tough opponents. He did beat up Mikey Garcia. Technically, that really wasn't a fight if you have watched it. But he is one hell of a talent. For that, it's tough. He is a top 3 talent in this division that is very, very stacked. For my final decision,
Okay, Jim.
Sorry, I missed it that time. That's my fault. New show. New show.
Uh,
Okay, Jim, what was your final decision?
I do have to call that a 10-10 round, even though I don't have Spence as my number one personally.
All right, that's a 10-10 round. So, after adding all the scores up, with our first matchup with Judge Jimmy James, with the drum roll, you can hear it.
Yeah.
Our
After
winner
adding all these scores up, this is a very, very close list, but the biggest difference is going to be that Ugas at number 2, which I don't agree with very much, and Thurman at 4, but the score ends up being 48-47, advantage Raiter Live.
Oh, I win the inaugural one. My pocketbook curtain. As we do, Filthy Rich. There's no losers on this show, I'll tell you that, but there is a winner. But I'm sure you'll disagree with them, and you'll probably get me next week, because next week we're going light heavyweights, and that's a division you're very strong in. You have any final thoughts for the judge there, Filthy Rich?
We need to find some articles of impeachment.
Judges are for life, and Judge Jimmy James is for life. All right, well, let's move on to our game show portion here. We're going to have a little fun. We'll have a chance for Richie to get a win here tonight against Judge Jimmy James. I'm going to be the first one to start our game show, our host. And again, the loser between Filthy Rich and Jimmy James will have to buy Tecate, actually buy that stuff, and drink it on next week's show. And I'm sorry, if you've never had it, it is disgusting. You have to be bolder to drink it. And it is awful. So the game show I came up with this week, boys, is Trump versus Tyson. I got quotes. I got tons of quotes. You're going to tell me if Mike Tyson said that quote or if Donald Trump said that quote. We're
Let's
going to go
correct
back.
you right there. If Tyson Fury said that quote.
No, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, not Tyson Fury. If Mike Tyson said it or if Donald Trump said it. Mike Tyson or Donald Trump. If you get it right, you get 1 point. If the person that goes last is down by 1, they get a chance to tie, and then we'll go into sudden death overtime. I flipped a coin before the show, and Filthy Rich, you're going to go first. You're going to go first, so I'm going to give you your first quote, and you're going to tell me whether Mike Tyson or Donald Trump said this. First quote, "I've lived places these guys can't defecate in." Did Mike Tyson say that, or did Donald Trump say that?
My gut instinct says that it's Donald Trump, but I don't think one thing about Tyson people don't realize is he's got an extensive vocabulary. I don't even think Trump can spell defecate, let alone knows what it means. I'm going to go with Tyson on this one.
We're going with Mike Tyson. And we go to the score.
Oh, yeah!
That is right, Mike Tyson. 1 point for Filthy Rich. Mike Tyson is the one that said that. All right, 1-0 for Filthy Rich. We go to Jimmy James. All right, here's your first one. Did Mike Tyson or Donald Trump say this? "I'm a historian, and that freaks me out." Who said it? Mike Tyson or Donald Trump?
I know this one.
Based off of that, I'm not as confident as Filthy Rich here, but I'm fairly confident that I'm going to guess that Donald Trump said that because it scares him. So my final answer will be Donald Trump said that I'm an historian.
All right, he says, Donald Trump said, I'm a historian, and that freaks me out.
Macho Man Randy Savage is not happy with your decision, yeah.
No, it was actually Mike Tyson said that.
No
Mike
way.
Tyson said that.
I thought it was Donald Trump too.
See, there
Wow.
you go. All right, you're up 1-0 there, Filthy Rich. We're going to go to this one here. Tell me, did Mike Tyson or Donald Trump say this? I can inspire people on how to use money, how to get economically powerful. Was that Mike Tyson or Donald Trump?
I'm a little worried on this one because I feel when it comes to economics, I should fall for the bait and just go with Trump. But that just seems like it's the easy answer. Can you repeat the quote one more time?
I can inspire people on how to use money, how to get economically powerful.
All right, so with this one, I'm going to do. James, you probably got enough money from Raiter for having me lose, Judge James. So you're going to have enough money for this Tecate. I'm going to go with Donald Trump on this one.
All right, he says Donald Trump. Did Donald Trump say it?
Macho Man Randy Savage is not happy with your decision, yeah.
No, he did not. That was Mike Tyson said that as well, believe it or not.
That is amazing.
That was Mike Tyson. All right, moving on. Jimmy James, you're still down 1-0. If you're ready, here's your
I'm
quote.
ready.
Money was never a big motivation for me, except as a way to keep score. The real excitement is playing the game. Was that Mike Tyson or Donald Trump?
Man. That is a difficult one.
I did a good job with these quotes. Yeah.
That is a very, so far, you're doing a fantastic job with these quotes, Raider Live. This is interesting. Man, what? One more time, please.
Sure.
One more time.
Did Mike Tyson or Donald Trump say, money was never a big motivation for me, except as a way to keep score. The real excitement is playing the game. Did Mike Tyson or Donald Trump say that?
I am going to have to go with Mike Tyson because there is no way that Donald Trump does not care about money. Mike Tyson is my answer.
He says Mike Tyson, and
Macho Man Randy Savage is not happy with your decision,
I'm
yeah.
gonna go with Donald Trump on
that was Donald Trump said that. Donald Trump.
I was gonna go with Donald.
Yeah, it's still 1-0, Filthy Rich. You guys are not hitting my questions very hard, very easily. But let's go with it. Filthy Rich, you ready for your question?
Ring that bell.
Your quote. I'm worth far too much money. I don't need anybody's money. Did Mike Tyson or Donald Trump say that?
I always feel like when money is in the quote, I should automatically yell Donald Trump, but I don't think this one was Donald Trump. I'm going to go with Mike Tyson on this one.
He's going to go with Mike Tyson. Did Mike Tyson say, I'm worth far too much money? I don't need anybody's money.
Macho Man Randy Savage is not happy with your decision, yeah.
It was Donald Trump said that. Actually,
Are you
Donald
sure you
Trump-
quoted that right?
I am 100%.
I think you said it differently the second time. I didn't hear like
I said it exactly how
He
you
said it the same twice.
All right. Judge Jimmy James, it's still 1-0. I might be running out of quotes here before we get to the end of this one. All
Hope
right.
you got enough.
He said, who said it? I know how hard it is to be a woman, especially a black woman. Did Donald Trump or Mike
I
Tyson?
know this one. I already know this one.
What?
Judge, you got this one. This one's an easy one.
This is an easy one?
Come on, man. I'm
One
even
more time,
rooting
the
for you on
quote
this
is,
one.
I know how hard it is to be a woman, especially a black woman.
Dude, that has got to be Mike Tyson. That has got to be Mike Tyson. I want final answer.
It's
Mike Tyson.
Is it Mike Tyson?
No, it's not.
Oh, yeah!
Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is correct. He got one finally. Mike Tyson did say that. It is 1-1 right now. 1-1. We're finally moving along. We finally got a point on the board. All right. Moving on. Filthy Rich, here's your quote.
Read it properly. Don't make it two different quotes this time.
It's not. Well, word for word with these guys, it's very grammatically incorrect. I'll tell you that. I mean, they're not the most intelligent people in the world. But your quote is, if Jesus was here, do you think Jesus would show me any love? Do you think Jesus would love me? Did Mike Tyson or Donald Trump say that?
Are these real?
These are all 100% real quotes.
My goodness.
Good luck.
I don't know. I have no idea. I know Mike Tyson is a Muslim. Donald Trump, he just has his own thing going. I don't even. I don't know. It's just buy me some more time. Say the quote one more time.
Sure. The quote is, if Jesus was here, do you think Jesus would show me any love? Do you think Jesus would love me?
Tyson. I don't know.
He says
Tyson.
Mike Tyson, and
Oh, yeah!
What?
it is Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson did say
What?
He said that. He said it. It was 2-1 for Filthy Rich. 2-1.
Fair enough.
All right. Going back to Judge Jimmy James. Your quote is, I think the average person thinks I'm a nut and I deserve whatever happens to me. Who said, I think the average person thinks I'm a nut and I deserve whatever happens to me?
I honestly cannot believe that these are actual quotes from either of these individuals.
I believe it could be a quote from either one of them. That's why I thought it was perfect the way I picked them out.
Wow. Man, I guess I just don't pay attention to either of these enough. I'm gonna have to go on a limb, man. I'm gonna have to go with Donald Trump on this one.
All right, he thinks, Donald Trump said, I think the average person thinks I'm a nut, and I deserve whatever happens to me.
Macho Man Randy Savage is not happy with your decision, yeah.
No, that was Mike Tyson that said that. Mike Tyson.
God. You need to just save this and like market this as a game show. This Christmas, everybody's stocking stuffer. This is real. I can't believe this. This is hard.
Much more difficult than I anticipated. I'll tell you that.
All right. Filthy Rich, this is for the game. If you get this one right, this is the game, and you win the inaugural championship, which means Judge Jimmy James, instead of drinking them White Russians, he will be drinking Tecate next week.
Okay,
If you get this right. Otherwise, Jim's got a chance to come back. Are you ready?
Oh man, I guess so.
The quote is, I'm just like you. I enjoy the forbidden fruit. Wow, let me re-say that. I'm just like you. I enjoy the forbidden fruit in life too. Who said that? Mike Tyson or Donald Trump?
Oh man. The forbidden fruit too. Now, does it sound like Tyson would have said that? The forbidden fruit. The forbidden fruit.
Chupacabra's a hard word for him.
The forbidden fruit. The forbidden fruit. I can't hear him saying that. The forbidden fruit. I'm gonna go with Tyson. We'll go with Tyson. I can hear Tyson going, forbidden fruit. Forbidden fruit. Yeah.
All right. He says Tyson. Is it Tyson?
Oh, yeah!
That was Mike Tyson that said that Filthy Rich wins the game.
I don't want to drink that shit.
3-1. 3-1. We have a new champion of our first week of Tyson or Trump.
I figured out how to crack the code. You just like say it in their voice, and if it sounds like something that would come out of their mouth, then it's probably them. Yeah. Woo, that was close.
That was a close game. You could tell Judge Jimmy James is hurting, especially after giving the first match to me. Filthy Rich gets his revenge and makes him drink Tecate the next week. Jimmy James, any comments on your loss?
You know, I don't have much. Your lists were close. Your lists were close, man. I mean, it was a 1 point difference. nothing personal. I have a different list.
Oh, we're talking about the game.
I got
no,
a
not the
drink
list.
to
We're talking about
Kate
talking about your loss.
is terrible. I don't want to drink that, and I have to. Be bolder.
Be bolder. He will be bolder next week. Filthy Rich, you have any winning comments to go out on?
Look, I'm a pretty good sport regardless. I feel for you. I didn't want to do this whole Tecate thing. You signed up for it, man, but good luck. My heart breaks for you. It really does. It really does. I'm not drinking that. I feel so bad that you have to drink that. Oh man.
Well, that's our
Yeah,
first
me too.
episode of this unanimous decision of Brews and Boxing. We had a lot of fun. We played a game show. We did our Filthy Five. As I said, next week we're doing light heavyweights on the Brews and Boxing show, which comes out on Thursdays, and then this show comes out on every Sunday. So we're gonna have every Thursday, every Sunday. Make sure you tune in for trivia on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Central, where I host trivia. For Filthy Rich, Judge Jimmy James, you guys got any closing remarks?
Thanks for watching.
Okay.
Definitely thanks for watching. And in light of the light heavyweight, instead, you should watch Beterbiev and Godzvik as a fight. I guarantee they're going to be in that top 5. Watch that fight. It will give you some insight on their list.
I like it. So go ahead and go watch that fight. James, one more time the fight that you wanted to watch?
Artur Beterbiev and Alexander Godzvik.
Make sure you YouTube that fight. I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. Copyright says I can't put it down here, but I'm sure you can search it and find it. It's not too hard to find. I appreciate you guys. This was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. I look forward to doing more shows like this for you. Anything else?
I don't want to drink Tecate.
Well, the judge will be bolder next week. All right. For Filthy Rich and Judge Jimmy James, I'm Raiter Live. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.